we can use as or we can use than. So number 2, what do you think, Samiha? What should we use for number 2?
My sisters aren't more patient as me.
Here you can only use as or than. Just these 2 words. Do you get the idea? So you can only use than or as.
Okay. As patient as me.
My sisters aren't as patient as me. Okay, that's correct. And what about number 3, Dua? What do you think? He isn't
as good at English than his cousin.
Can you try it with as?
I think no, as. Because then after the adjective and adverb. I think then after the adjective and adverb.
Only after the adjective. For example, I'm older than you. After the adjective. You mean the comparative adjective, older, right? كيف قصدك أنت لما قلتي when you said after the adverb? What do you mean?
نقصد على المقارنة نفسها. يعني عذان نفسها، بس أنا مش فاهمة النقطة هي يعني أنا أمتى نحط ذان؟ يعني هل نحطها بس after the adjective أو adverb؟
لا مش adverb, adjective. يعني مثلا he's older than his sister, older than كذا, smaller than كذا, shorter than كذا, more expensive than كذا. Do you get the idea? But here لو تلاحظي number 3 ده معناش الcomparative and الadjective الأصلية بس. The rule says if you have the original adjective and you don't have the comparative, you cannot use than. You should use as or isn't as, aren't as. اللي هي ما في نوع تاني من المقارنة يقولوا له اللي هو as plus adjective plus as. So my house is as big as yours. Or you can say, my house isn't as big as yours. Your house isn't as big as mine. هذا نوع تاني من المقارنة من غير استعمال than. Do you get the idea?
Yeah.
Okay, so this means in number 3, what should we use?
As.
That's correct. All right, number 4, Samiha, what do you think?
He is less interested in music than me.
Next one, Dua, what do you think?
I'm not as ambitious as him.
Right.
I'm not as ambitious as him.
Correct.
What's the meaning of
ambitious? Ambitious means it comes from ambition. Do you know the word ambition?
Yeah.
Yeah, ambitious is the adjective. الصفة بتاعتها. Ambition is the noun. Ambitious is the adjective. معناها بالعربي ambitious شو بيكون معناها؟ What do you think?
Just a minute.
What do you think? لأن ambition اللي هو طموح في حد ذاته، لكن ambitious هي صفتها
بتكون شخص طموح يعني حاجة زي هيك.
Yes بالضبط. شخص طموح أكثر من شخص ثاني.
يعني توصف في البيرسون نفسها.
Yes بالضبط. Correct.
Okay.
And Samiha, what about number 6?
Dan's a lot more organized than his brother.
That's right. And the last one, Dara?
They are much older than me.
Correct. That's it. All right. Very nice. Very nice. Now, what about number 3? It says rewrite the sentences so they have the same meaning. Okay, there may be more than one possible answer. Okay, now let me read number 1 for you. I'm not as old as my sister. My sister is older than me. Number 2, the last exam was worse than my first exam. How can we rewrite it to give the same meaning? What do you think, Samia?
Are you asking me, Doctor?
Yes, yes. Can you do number 2? How can we rewrite number 2?
Okay. The first exam is easier than the first.
Okay, is or was? That's
Was.
it, that's it. So the first exam was بس عندنا adjective أحسن من easy و easier. What's the opposite of worse? هو ما قالكش harder و hardest, هو قال لك worse.
Best.
Okay, واللي قبل best? Best is a superlative.
Better.
Yes, that's it.
Was
so,
better than.
So the first exam was better than the last. Okay. All right.
Okay.
What about number 3, Da?
Number 3. Just a minute.
You need to rewrite it.
Write it.
You rewrite it to give the same meaning. So it says here, the first sentence.
Okay. Football is popular than tennis.
And how do we make comparative with popular? Because popular is the adjective. احنا نبغى comparative هنا ولا؟ كيف نقدر نقولوا الكورة أكثر شعبية من التنس؟
Just a minute. I think
for example, my car is bigger than yours, but your car is more expensive than mine. What about popular? Do we say
popular?
Do we say football is popular? Do we add another R, ER, or do we add more?
More.
So this means we say football is more popular than tennis, don't you think?
Yeah, football is more popular than tennis.
That's right. Football. I think so. You're right, yeah. Football is more popular than tennis. And number 4, what do you think, Sarah?
Stephen is worse than Maria.
That's right. And number 5, Dara?
Number 5, okay.
So he isn't as busy as me.
He isn't as busy as me.
So this means I'm.
Yeah. Just a minute. I'm I'm more busy than him.
Correct. But busy, do we put more or do we use something else? What do you think?
What teacher? I can't listen to you.
With busy, هل نقوله more busy ولا نديره في طريقة
more
تانية؟
busy. هي نقدر نقوله busier بس نحس إنها ما تجيش.
لا صح، busier هي الطريقة الصحيحة. busier, sunnier, friendlier, windier, snowier مثلا.
بس لأنها تنتهي بالواي يعني تكون زي ما خليناها moodier حاجة زي هيك.
صح. moodier, busier, friendlier. بالضبط.
Okay.
That's actually correct. Okay, you can continue, Dua. What about number 5? What about number 6?
Okay. Sam's as tall as me. I am. Just a minute. I am shorter than Sam.
Okay, but when you say Sam's as tall as me, who's taller? Or are you and Sam the same height? هل انتوا طول بعض ولا في واحد أطول؟
I think Sam.
Okay, when you say it like this, Sam is as tall as me. معناه نفس الطول احنا زوز.
As me. Okay.
معناه كيف نقدر نقولها بالعكس؟
نقدر نقوله بالعكس. I'm taller than Sam. لو أنا نبي نعكسها قصدك. أنا بنقول أنا أطول منه. بس لو حين نفس الطول مش حتكون في مقارنة أصلاً.
هو المطلوب في الاكسرسايز هذا ان احنا نعاود السطر بنفس المعنى، بتعطيش معنى مختلف. يعني تو في السطر الاول قلنا Sam's as tall as me، معناها سام نفس طولي. وفي الجمله الثانيه انت حتكتبها بتقولي انا طول سام. How do you say that?
Just a minute. I'm like tall Sam. أحس هيك بس ما فيش أصلا مقارنة حتكون يعني مش نفس اللي درناهم في الأول.
هو مش نفسهم صح؟ بتكون. What do you think of this?
I'm as tall as Sam. Okay.
صح ولا؟ يعني لو لقيت لك سام طوله زيني والثانية بتقول أنا زي طول سام، هي نفسها ولا؟ قلبناها.
بس أنا اللي كنت نحسابها الفكرة من البداية إني أنا لما تكون عندي نقلبها نحط ذان هذا علاش ما فهمتش طريقة السؤال.
لكن هنا ما تقدريش تحطي ذان في المثال.
ما يقدرش لأن ما فيش مقارنة أصلاً.
يس. لا هو في مقارنة لكن الصنف متساوي. الشيء اللي يقارنوا به اللي هو الطول متساوي في الطرفين. يعني ميزة as adjective as لما تستعملها بالpositive لو تلاحظي انت كلهم اللي قبلها كلهم كانوا negative. Can you see them؟ اللي هي isn't as popular, isn't as busy, not as old. لأن احنا كلهم اللي كانت الكفة غير متكافئة. لكن في الرقم 6 كانت الكفة متكافئة، يعني الطول متساوي بين الزوز. يعني as adjective as التركيب هذه نقدر نستعملوها لما يكونوا الطرفين متكافئين، لكن than ما نقدرش نستعملوها لما الطرفين غير متكافئين. هذه الفكرة.
Okay.
All right, now let's take a look at number 4. So here it says write the words for these relationships. What do you think, Dua? Number 1, it says, number 2, your grandfather's father. شنو حيقرب لك هذا؟ What is it? Did you do the workbook exercises, unit 6?
Unit 6, not, no.
No. What's
I will do tomorrow, maybe. Unit 6.
Did you finish unit 5?
Yeah, but
yeah.
I just read it. I just read.
But you didn't answer the workbook exercises. هل درتي how many units have you finished in the workbook, Dua?
Maybe ما عدتش الصراحة، بس أنا قعدت نشوف لهم وقعدت نشوف مثلا في اليوتيوب أو هيك، بس علشان كان، بس بعدين قلت نبدأ نكتب فيهم في النوت متاعي ونجاوب فيهم عندي، لأن بس تو قاعد عندي على التليفون لأن أسحب الكتاب نفسه.
بس مش ضروري تسحبيه. I mean تقدري but انت ما تبيش تستعمليه من الفون او اللابتوب، تبيه مسحوب على ورق يعني مثلا قبل ما تحليه.
ايه نبي نسحبه على ورق. قبل الامتحان قلت نبي نسحبه على ورق عشان نقدر نحله، يعني لأني مش حنعرف نحلها هيك كويس، بس نقدر نشوف لو نفهم منها بعيوني وخلاص.
اوكي. alright, no problem. وغير الفكرة أن إحنا كنت ماذا بيا لو أنت كنت مدارتي قبل ما نجول الأكسرسايز، لأن بحيث تبدي بالطريقة هذه أنت مجاوبتي يبدأ أسهل الحل. هذه الفكرة كانت. But no problem.
Okay.
Alright, so your grandfather's father is your, what do you think, Samiha?
Great grandfather.
Right, correct. Okay, Dua, what about your mother's daughter? شنو علاقة شنو تقرب لك؟
Your mother's daughter is your my sister. Is
yes.
your sister.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
Okay, your wife's brother, Samiha?
Your sister-in-law.
Brother.
Your brother-in-law.
Right. Okay, Dua, a person you work with is your?
A person you work with.
يعني زميل العمل شنو بيكون؟ What do you think?
هو زميلك زي ما نقوله حاجة زي هيك، بس نسيت.
زميل عملك
I think colleague. I think. I'm not sure.
colleague صح. colleague صح. وعندنا حتى في كلمة ثانية maybe سميحة knows it. What's the other word? نكتبه بالصوص.
No, I don't know.
You know colleague too?
Yes, colleague. I answered colleague.
Okay, عندنا colleague. ما غير colleague شوية كتبتها صعبة مع تنسوا spelling. But الكلمة الثانية السهلة اللي هي co-worker. Co-worker. All right, what about number 6, Dua? What do you think? The person who works for you is your?
The person who works for you. I think officer. موظف.
والموظف شنو نقولوا له؟ تبدأ بالإي EM.
Employee, I think.
Yes, employee.
Employee, yeah.
Employee.
Yeah.
Correct. What about number 7, Samir?
The person you share a flat with is your flatmate.
Correct, your flatmate, yes. Number 8, Dua, the person who lives next door is your
nephew.
next door.
Next door.
جاركم.
إيه.
باهي وولد خوك. How do you say it?
Your neighbor. Your neighbor.
أما هي neighbor.
I think.
neighbor لولد
اللي هي-
خوك. ولا جارك.
جارك.
ونفيو.
أنا بس لخبطت بين المصطلحات.
Okay. Yes. The person who lives next door هذا neighbor. صح ولا؟
Yeah.
And your brother's son or your sister's son.
Nephew. Your nephew.
Like a nephew. تمام. All right.
Yeah.
Number 9. Sami, what do you think? The person you work for is your
employer.
Your boss.
employer. تقدر تقولي boss. تقدر تقولي employer.
Employer.
employer. إن هذا اللي حيوظف employees. Okay, nice. All right, so here, this one is about superlatives. So sometimes you need to use the. When I was at school, Tom was the brightest student. What about number 2, Samiha? What do you think?
My best subject was math.
And number 3, Dua?
Just a minute. I can't see the picture.
You can't?
The book.
You
Just a
can't see
minute.
the book?
Yeah.
Samiha, can you see the book?
Yes.
Okay, maybe your connection, Dua. Can you see it now? Okay, when you see it, tell me, Dua, okay? What about number 3, Samiha?
My worst subject was French.
Dua, are you there? Can you hear us? Hello.
Hello, teacher.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can see the book.
All right, okay. Number 4, can you do number 4, Dua? I thought
Okay, just a minute.
science.
I thought science was boring subject. Just a minute. بس نقرأ في طريقة السؤال.
السؤال هو مطلوب منك superlative. and مرات تحتاجي تستعملي the. Okay, so لما بنقولوا حاجة مملة أكثر من حاجة تانية, how do we say it, دعاء؟ متى بنقول لك this cartoon ممل أكثر من the other cartoon. How do we do it? Okay, Dua disconnected. Okay, Samiha, you can continue. I thought science was?
The most boring subject.
Right. And number 5?
The most interesting lesson were English lessons.
Correct. Number 6?
Basketball was the most popular sport.
Nice. And number 7?
The biggest class and had 40 subjects in it.
And number 8?
The funniest person in my class was my friend Leo.
Correct. That's right. Okay, so let's take a look at the next one. Opposites. Polite, impolite. Considerate.
Inconsiderate.
Organized.
Disorganized.
Right. Employed.
Unemployed.
Healthy.
Unhealthy.
Mature.
Immature.
Correct.
Incorrect.
Honest.
Dishonest.
Right. Okay, good. And let's take a look at number 7. Okay, so in the first group we need to use take, can, sorry. All right, so so I am blah blah blah. Okay, number 2, I'm. What do you think?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
He's at work. And can I take a message?
Right. Yes.
Can you ask him to call me back?
Right. He can.
Can get me on my phone.
That's correct. You can get me on my phone. All right. And the second one. Good morning. Can I help you? Yes.
Can I speak to Jan then, please?
Number 8.
I'm afraid she isn't here this morning. Would you like to leave a message? Just tell her Bill Kane called. Bill Shane called. She can ring me at the office anytime before 5.
That's it. That's right. Okay. Number 7. Okay, so this exercise is all about travel words, but it says there's a mistake with each underlined word, and we need to change it with the right travel word.
Really, I don't like this word.
Okay, number 2. Yeah, because this is a vocabulary exercise. All right, how often do you
travel outside?
Correct. And number 3?
Do you have to go on business trip for work?
Number 4?
Are you planning to go on a package tour this year?
Package tour, you mean?
Tour.
Yes, because
yes,
tower is with W. Like, so this is tour, and this is tower. Tour and tower.
Okay. Package tour this year.
Okay. And
have you ever been on a sightseeing trip?
Okay. Yes, that's correct.
Hello.
Okay.
Hi, welcome
Sorry,
back.
I have a bad connection.
Don't worry, no problem. Okay, so Dua, I have a suggestion because ممكن انت ما حضرتيهمش الحصص هادو وما لحقتيش تديري الهوم ورك، فاغلب الاجابات تحديهم سميحه. اوكي، باش نلحقوا نقدر نغطوا ال6 يونتس كلهم.
اوكي.
لكن انت تقدري تسجلي معنا ملاحظات، ومثلا في نهايه كل اكسرسايز لو عندك نقطه كده بتسال عليها، مثلا هذه كيف، علاش درنا هذه، علاش يعني لما ننتقلوا مثلا من 2 ل 3 تقدري توقفين تقولي لي مثلا اكسكيوز مي هذه علاش درنا هيك، شنو الفكره؟
اوكي.
باش انا نعطيك الفكره العامه. تقدري ايديا، وبالطريقه هذه حتى التسجيل لما يقعد لك انت تقدري بعدين حتى تشوفيه، يعني اكثر من مره وترجعي وقت اللي انت تشوفي وقت اللي تبدي مسحوب عندك الكتاب وجاوبي في الاكسرسايزز. اوكي. All right, so in this question it says fill in the gaps. Okay, so here we're going to use the present continuous. Okay, so Samiha, can you read this email for us?
Okay. Hi Nina, next Friday Claire and Ben are going on holiday to Dubrovnik, but they aren't staying in a hotel. Our friend Alicia Felicia is meeting them at the airport, and they are staying at her house. She's working next Saturday, so he isn't going sightseeing with them. Carl and I are arriving late on Friday evening. On Saturday morning, I am having a massage in our hotel, and you are working all weekend. You poor thing, Katy.
All right, correct. So the idea here, this is present continuous for future arrangements. هو صح استعملنا present continuous في كلهم لكن we're talking about the future. We're not talking about the present. Okay, so here we're going to write questions with the present continuous. So number 1 is already answered. Where are you going this weekend? What about the next one, Simi?
What's Pam doing on Monday?
Correct. And number 3?
Why they are coming early?
Again?
Why they are coming early?
Can you repeat number 2?
What's Pam doing? What?
صح. Number 2 is correct. What is Pam doing? صح.
Okay.
Do it the same way. نفس الترتيب يعني.
Why is they coming? Why are they coming?
أيوة. Again.
What are they coming early?
Why are they coming early?
Why are they coming early?
Right. And number 4?
How are we getting to the theater this evening?
And the last one?
The last one. What time is he leaving? He is leaving.
لا.
What time is he leaving?
Yes.
For the airport.
في الquestion ديما الverb to be قبل السبجect. في الpositive he is leaving. لكن في الquestion what time is he leaving? What time are you going? Why are they coming? What is Pam doing? How are we getting? عرفتي؟ عكس الترتيب في الquestion. All right, nice. What about, okay, so these are all things we take on holiday. So we have a swimming costume. What about number 2? What's this?
Sandals.
Right, number 3?
Insect repellent.
Correct. Number 4?
Sun cream. Makeup. Shaving gel.
Right.
Sunglasses.
Correct.
Razor. Toothbrush.
Okay, yeah, these are things we take on holiday, correct. Okay, and here we need to choose the correct word. So this is, it's about quantifiers, some, any, few, a bit. Let's start with number 1. There are, what do you think?
Some t-shirts.
Right, next one.
There is a bit of toothpaste.
Toothpaste.
Correct.
And number 3?
There aren't many books.
Right. And
there is a
4?
lot of shampoo.
Right. And number 5?
There is a lot of soup.
Soup or soap?
Soap.
What's the difference between soup and soap?
The meaning or spelling?
In spelling and meaning and pronunciation.
Soup, we eat it
Yes, soup.
Drink it.
Exactly, we eat
Soap
it.
like
Kind of
soap for cleaning and
And-
soup for eating.
Correct, correct. Soup is for eating and soap is for cleaning. But this one, what is it? Is it soup or is it soap?
It's soap.
Right, it's soap. Soap. Soap like float, like note, like goat. بالنسبة للصوت يعني.
Like O.
Like boat. أيوة نفس ال vowel sound, نفس الصوت. Soap, goat, soap, goat. Like يعني ديك soup, shoot, soup, shoot, soup, clue, do,
Food.
shoe, food. أيوة نفس صوت هذوك الكلمات. All right, all right. So there's a lot of soap. Now number 6, there are
a few of towels.
of مع البت مش مع التاوز. كان بتستعملي of
A
معناها
few towels. Okay.
Right, right.
A few towels.
So a few towels.
There isn't much tea.
Great.
There's lots of perfume.
Okay, nice. Good, good. All right, now in number 5, we have containers. So it says here, fill in the gaps with these phrases. So we say a bar of soap and a pair of what?
Shorts.
Correct. A packet of?
Paper.
ما عندناش paper. عندنا لكن مش paper. Okay, خلينا نديرو tube. A tube of?
A tube of toothpaste.
Right. A bottle of?
A bottle of perfume.
Right.
So a packet of biscuits.
Correct.
Biscuits. A piece of paper.
That's correct. That's it. Okay, okay. So we need possessive pronouns. Those whose boots are these? They're mine. Whose suitcase is this? It's
hers.
right. Whose soap is this?
It's his.
Whose books are these?
They are ours.
Whose tea is this?
It's yours.
Whose towels are these?
They are theirs.
Right. So these are possessive pronouns. دي ما يجوا في الأخير possessive pronouns. Usually we put them at the end of sentences. All right, so here we need go and a preposition. If you need a preposition, you can add a preposition, but you have to use the correct form of go. So she goes snowboarding every winter. And number 2, we're
Going on.
correct. Going
What's
on.
that?
Number 3,
Let's go for a walk.
That's it. Yesterday
they went with their mother.
That's
mom.
it. Number 5.
Yesterday morning, I went sightseeing.
That's right. And last one?
Did he go to the exhibition on Sunday?
But the H is silent. Exhibition. Yeah. And usually in English when you find the X في الغالب فيها صوت Z معها. Exhibition. ممكن تاكسي ما فيهاش صوت X. X-ray وتاكسي ما فيهاش. لكن في الكلمات الثانية فيها Z. زي مثلا xylophone يعزفوا به زي البيانو اسمه xylophone. ما عندناش بكلمات بالعكس لكن exhibition فيها صوت Z. All right, very nice.
UK, I think.
Exhibition. It's an exhibit. I don't know. ممكن. I'm not sure. Anyways, number 8. All right. So في منهم صح. Some of them are correct. لكن في منهم غلط. So if you think there's a problem with the sentence, you need to correct it. But first of all, you have to decide, is there a problem with the sentence? So number one, there is. I wonder if you could speak to the manager. What about number two? Is it
Would you
correct?
mind helping me?
Right. Would you mind helping me? What about number three? What do you
I
think?
think it's correct.
It is. Right. Number four?
I wonder if you could check my pen.
That's
Please.
right. And number five?
Could you send
That's
someone
correct.
to look at the air conditioner?
And the last one?
I think it's correct.
It is. It's correct. All right. Very nice. Very good. Now, here it says, we want opposites. Match these words to the opposites in bold. So my flat is on a noisy road. Its opposite will be my flat is on a quiet road. What about the next one? It's on the ground floor.
Top.
Right, it's on the top floor. Number three?
It's unusual. It's typical.
Right, it's typical for the area. Number four?
Spacious kitchen. A small kitchen.
Right, small and spacious are opposites. Number five?
Air conditioning. Central heating.
It's got central heating, correct.
Sunny balcony. Garden, I think. It's not the opposite, I think.
Not exactly an opposite, but
yes,
you're right.
I get the idea, yes.
And the last one?
Away from, it's close to.
Right. Yeah, because in the question, they didn't say opposite. They just said, I think, related. They just said match. It means there is a relationship وخلاص. في الغالب هم opposites لكن 6 ما كانتش opposite. 5 مش opposite. لكن مفهوم على قولتك. Okay, nice. So this means we can take a look at number 2. Here, number 2, you need to choose the correct words. So, where does Jack live? In Melbourne, Australia. Really? How long?
Did he live there?
And the answer is?
Did he live?
Yeah, and number 4?
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Since June last year.
So do you think, does he still live there or did he?
How long did he live there? For June last year.
Okay, now before you decide.
Now he's.
But take a look at number 5.
Where did he live before that? Where did he live before that? Number 4. What? It's right 4 or not?
I think the problem is in number 2 and 3.
Number
2 and 3.
Okay. How long?
But why do you think there's a problem?
Has he lived?
Why do we have to use has he lived there? Why?
How long has he lived there? Because now it's just an experience, I think, or something finished.
Actually, you can know if you finish the rest of the conversation. حتوضح شوية. جربي انت كملها الآخر وتضبطي.
Completed from where now?
From number 4 to number 9.
Okay.
Now, conversation واحد.
How long has he lived there? Since June last year.
Correct.
Where did he live before that? I think.
Correct.
In Rome. He's been there for 18 months before he moved to Australia.
Okay. Can you do that again?
Okay, in Rome. He was there for 18 months before he moved to Australia.
But why did you change? Why did you use the past simple here?
Because we know where he or the time. I think that it's past simple.
But حتى الأولى نعرف time since June last year.
Number 2.
علاش في number 2 استعملنا present perfect وفي الأخير ما نقدروش؟ في الحالتين نعرفه. يعني في المثال الأول since June last year, so we know نعرفه بالضبط امتى. حتى في الثاني نعرفه قداش. but شو الفرق؟
Because in the first we know when it's started, I think.
Correct.
But in number 5 we don't know.
لكن لو نحسبها نقدر نوصله. تنحسب يعني مش صعب. مثلا هو تو بكي بالليبي هو لي 2 سنين في أستراليا ساكن صح؟ لكن قال لك قبلها قبل ما يجي لي أستراليا كان ساكن في روما لمدة 1.5 سنة. يعني لو نحسبه نحو 1.5 سنة نضيفها على الزوز اللي ساكنهم تو يعني 3.5 سنين كان في روم. نقدر نعرف أنت بدأ في روم صح ولا؟
Okay, I think I get it. The first we know we talk about something it started and end in the past.
Which one had?
The second about he was been there for it started and end in the past.
اللي هي متاع روم ولا أستراليا؟
Rome.
Correct. It started and it's finished. صح. What about Australia?
Before. No, he's still in Australia.
How do we know he's still in Australia?
He said that.
Where?
In Melbourne, Australia.
Yes, exactly. Where does Jack live?
Yes,
present simple, right?
Yeah.
لما قلت where does Jack live? سؤال أول present simple معناها هذه حاجة توها صايرة, right? وش جاوبتها؟ قلت له in Melbourne, Australia. فمجرد أن اللي هو الشخصية A مجرد أعرف أن الراجل قاعد في أستراليا صح ولا؟ فطول شو نسأل how long has he lived there؟ قديش ليه في أستراليا؟ how long؟ فبعدين جاوب صاحبه قال له since June last year. فطبعا هذاك قصقاص فقال له وين كان؟ تحري كان وين كان قبل أستراليا شنو؟ فقلت له قصة ليلي، قلت له from معلومات كلها استخباراتية دقيقة قديش قعدت وقديش. Okay, so it's very important that you remember the present perfect is for something that's still true until now. It's but the past simple it's over.
Yes.
Okay, so he was there for 18 months before he moved to Australia. All right, what about the next conversation?
It is a photo of my friend VI. How long have you known her?
Right, correct.
The answer since 2003.
Correct.
Where did you meet her?
Correct.
I met her when I was at university.
That's it. Okay, so this exercise is about the relationship between present perfect and past simple, how you can use them together. هذا الفكرة ده. All right, so let's take a look at number 3. Okay, vocab. This is a vocabulary exercise. All right, هذا من درس متاع الضيافة. I don't know if you remember it. So here. Okay, what about the first one? What do you think?
Number 2, you mean. There were about 50 guests.
Correct. Guests.
At the party. Guests at the party.
That's right. Okay.
I invite them to dinner.
I'll invite them. That's also correct. So we have guests. I'll invite them to dinner.
When I meet people I don't know, I always shake hands.
Correct.
But I usually kiss friends on that cheek.
Right. Okay. What about Japanese people?
Japanese people greet each other. They usually bow.
Yeah, and the pronunciation is pronounce it like this. Oops. Same pronunciation.
Bow.
Yes. Bow now, how? Correct, correct. Number 6.
Shall we accept or refuse this wedding invitation?
That's right. Accept or refuse. Wedding invitation. So all of this is vocabulary. دعاء بالنسبة للأسئلة for these questions حتى اللي مش متأكدة منها ومثلا اللي تحسي فيها نمشوا فيها بسرعة، يعني أنت لو مجرد ترجع لليونت نفسه في الستودنت بوك، يعني أنت كانت ترجع كل واحد معطيك حتى المكان اللي واخدينه منها. Can you see here؟
Yeah, I see.
يعني مثلا دي زي ما تقولي تبي تشوفي هذه قصتهم شنو بعدين في التسجيل، يعني مجرد ترجع للستودنت بوك يونت 8A الدرس الأول في يونت 8 حتلقي 3 أسئلة هما من وين واخدينهم احنا، يعني تو سميحة تجاوب فيه من غادي. Do you get the idea؟
Yeah.
ونفس الشيء السؤالين الجايات من 8B وهكذا، فهذا مصدرهم يعني وين تلقيهم بعدين يساعد عليك. Okay. Okay, now Samiha, what about this question? It says choose the correct answer. So we want to find the correct answer here. Number 1, it says you mustn't smoke here. What about number 2? Which word do you think is the right one here? Should we say you should try this soup, it's very nice, or you shouldn't try this soup, it's very nice? So if we have something very nice, do you think we should try it or not? Maybe you can answer this one, Dara. I think it's easy. Maybe you know it. What do you think? When you have soup and it's very nice, do you think you should try it or not try it? Should or shouldn't?
You should.
Right. Okay, what about number 3? You really see this film. It's fantastic.
Must.
Right. You shouldn't turn off your phone in the cinema.
You should
You
turn off
should.
your phone.
All right. You must or mustn't go there at night. It's really dangerous.
You mustn't.
Yeah, and this T is actually silent. Mustn't. Can you see this T?
Mustn't.
Right,
Yeah.
fine. You mustn't. What about number 6? The food is terrible.
You shouldn't.
Right.
Go to that.
It's a bad restaurant. It's a bad cafe. And number 7?
You must.
Right. Because the food is delicious. Correct. All right. Now maybe you can also do this one. It's not too hard, I think. This is a bit of a grammar question. Okay, so number 1, it says, I went out to get a paper. هذول خلطات. Some of them are correct. في بعض منهم correct. Okay. لكن في منهم incorrect. لو جاب لك incorrect معناها بنغيره. Okay, so you can try number 3. First of all, you need to tell me, do you think it's correct or not? This is your first job. What do you think? Do you think it's correct, Da, or not? What do you think, Samiha, number 3?
I think incorrect.
What's the problem?
The problem, remove 4, I think.
Right, that's right. Number 4?
We often come here to do shopping directly without our, I think.
Actually, even if we leave it, it's okay.
Okay. We often come here.
So it's correct.
That's
actually.
correct. It's correct.
What about number 5?
Jerry went on for fed. Find without ing.
Yeah. Okay. Number 5 has a mistake, but this is not the mistake. It's another one.
Go online.
went صح. لكن المشكلة مش في finding.
So it's not in the verbs.
Not in the verb. لا هو الزوز verb حاجة تانية. انت شو قلتي؟ انت finding غيرتها. Did you change it?
You said wrong.
انت شو قلتي؟
Find.
صح؟ هذه حاجة. في حاجة ثانية.
without ing.
صح؟ But there's another thing. مازال قاعدة في غلطة ثانية من غير هذه.
To find.
Yes, that's it.
Not
To
for
find.
find.
Yes, yes. Went online to find a cheap find. Good, good. What about number 6?
Number 6, I am going to the baker's to buy some bread. I think it's correct.
It is.
People go to see. People, I think, are going to.
No, this is okay. Go to.
People go to Agra to see.
Yes.
Not seeing.
Correct. Number 8.
I called Max to ask his advice. It's correct.
It is. That's right. Okay. So here, this is about verb patterns. If you remember the lesson, the ing and to plus infinitive or only infinitive. So it's a question about the correct form of the brackets. طبعا هذا ماليش علاقة بالtenses بشكل رئيسي، يعني تركيز أكثر على verb patterns أكثر من tenses. So I love traveling and I really enjoy. How do we change this verb? I really enjoy. How do we use visit here? Do we leave it? Do we change it? Do we put ing? Do we put to plus infinitive? What do you think, Samir? Do we make any changes? Or what do you think?
Really enjoy visiting.
Right. Visiting. Okay. Next year.
Next year, I'm planning to ride around South America by motorbike. I want to avoid traveling in the rainy season. Is it right?
It is. Yes.
Okay.
So
I've decided to begin my journey in September. I prefer traveling on my own because you can meet more people that way. I need to learn some Spanish and I might do a course before I go. And I mustn't forget to take my camera.
Can you do number 10 again?
And I mustn't forget taking my. I mustn't forget take.
Forgot something.
To take.
Yes. With forget, we have to use to plus infinitive. Forget and remember and need are the same. To plus infinitive. I need to take, I remembered to take, I forgot to take. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, very nice. So we can take a look at number 7.
And skip this.
Yeah, it's vocab. We have to look at it. You can easily find it in هذا كله جاي من الدبلن lesson. You remember St. Patrick's Day? لما كان يهدرز لي شو اسمه ليام يهدرز لي نسيت اسمها his friend Natalie. Yes, he was telling her about Dublin. Anyways, you can find it easily in the box in that lesson. All right. Let's make questions with these words. Then match the answers, the questions to the answers. Okay, let's do it. So, what about question number 1?
What's Mumbai like?
Right. And what's the answer?
Answer. It's busy, crowded city.
Correct. And number 2?
What are the people like?
And what's the answer?
They are very welcoming.
Correct. And the food?
What's the food like? It's very spicy.
All right.
What's the weather like? It's usually hot and dry.
That's it. That's right. Okay. So here 2 of the words are okay. 1 of them is not okay. We just want to cross the wrong word, the incorrect word. So leave your at home. Which one?
If your train at home. Okay. Train, yes.
Yes. Can you have a train at home?
Maybe a play, like a play.
Yeah, maybe a toy train, not a real train. Okay. What about number 3?
Lose your
Lose.
lose your bus.
Okay.
Run out of money, I think.
You can't run out of money.
Out of your wallet.
Yes, ما تركبش ولا? Run out of your wallet. Geez. What about number 5?
Okay. But maybe your wallet have money.
Yes, but here when we say run out, do you know what it means? Run out. Run out of.
Yes.
Run out of time, run out of coffee, run out. شو معناها run out?
نفذت.
Yes. ما نقدرش نقولوا run out of your wallet. It doesn't make sense. الوالت مش هتكمل منك. And when you run out of money مش معناها راحت منك. أنا كملت الفلوس اللي عندك.
Okay.
And number 5?
Miss your key.
Correct.
Get an stop and get an accident.
Correct.
Forget someone's traffic.
Correct.
Oversleep of in traffic.
That's it. Okay, now in number 2, it's the opposite. We want to find the correct word in number 2. So if I find هذا طبعا first condition, there's first condition. If I find your wallet,
I'll text you. Text you.
Number 2.
Yeah, we won't buy it if it's very expensive.
Right. We won't buy it if it's very expensive.
If Monica doesn't get here soon, I'll call her mobile. What will you do if you miss the plane tomorrow?
Plane.
Plane.
Right.
We will be late if we don't leave now.
Correct.
If you tell my brother, he'll be very angry. If I don't find a job soon, I'll have to see my car.
So.
So. No.
Sell, like tell. Tell, sell. Told, sold.
To sell.
حتى بتصريفهم زي بعض. Sell, tell. Sold,
Okay,
told.
sell. Where will you go if you move house?
Right. Okay. يعني كلها مراجعة للfirst condition. Very good, very good. هذا اللي هم future clauses. في التصريف بتاعهم في الجرامر بتاعهم نفس الشيء مفيش فرق. Okay, so I'll tell him as soon as I can. What about number 2?
I'll email you. I will email to you if not if, just
start with the word that has the capital letter.
When. When I finish this report,
Correct.
I will email it to you.
Right. That's it. When I finish this report, I'll email it to you. Good. And number 3. What do you think of number 3?
He will call you back before he leaves the office.
Right. Before he leaves the office.
Before he leaves the office. I won't get you here until you tell him.
It's the opposite.
Okay. I won't tell him until you get here.
Right. Can you say these 3 words?
Want.
Okay, the second one is okay, but the first and the third?
Want.
I'm off it. The first one.
First.
What about this?
Don't want.
Okay, don't, won't. صوت
Won't.
Don't, won't. Don't, won't. Don't go there. I won't go there. حاولي قدر الإمكان بعدها علي want بحيث ما تبانش زيها. Won't, want. They're a bit different. So won't and don't are the same sound. Won't, don't. And man, I can't think of another word. Won't. Note. حتى note زيها. Note, don't, won't. Note. Boat, won't, boat, won't, boat. Goat, don't, won't. مش متأكد من goat. ممكن زيهم لكن won't و don't أكيد زي بعض. Want مختلف شوي. Anyways, number 3 is correct. What about number 4? هذه درتها number 4. I mean number 5.
Will you? Will you phone me as soon as you get home?
Correct.
6. We'll go to the park after we do the shopping.
Right. And you can start حتى من after. After we do the shopping, we'll go to the park.
Okay.
Well, after we go to the park, we'll do the shopping. Back down. All right, okay. So I had the future clauses. Now, I think this is zero conditional, right? But first of all, you have some feeling adjectives. So we have nervous. It's about what about number 2?
Excited.
That's right.
Depressed. Upset.
Right.
Confident. Fed up.
Right.
Annoyed. Pleased.
Pleased.
Pleased. I don't know this word.
Correct. It's similar to shy, not exactly, but similar. Embarrassed. Embarrassed.
Embarrassed, yes.
What's the difference between embarrassed and shy? What do you think? Or is it the same?
No, I think not the same.
Correct.
Because I think embarrassed after you doing something.
Correct. After you do something silly or stupid or embarrassing, right?
Yes.
You feel embarrassed. Your face becomes red.
Yes, sweetie, and
it happens sweaty, and it happens to everybody. Everybody gets embarrassed.
But shy is a personality. I think shy for everything.
Correct.
For everyone.
That's right. What about 10?
10 calm.
Calm. And 11?
Yes, and quality.
What's 11?
Stressed.
Correct. And 12?
What? I don't sure about the pronoun. Quality.
But can you say it the same way you say this word? How do you say this word?
Business.
Can you say it in the same way? Number 12. Again?
Guilty.
Right. That's it. Guilty. In English, a lot of words with you are sometimes like I, like biscuits. We don't say biscuit. In French, it's biscuit, but in English, it's biscuit. So the U is like an I. Okay, good. So these are correct. Now, number 5. Some of them are correct. Some of the sentences are correct. Some of them are not.
Okay.
So, number 3. There are too much people here.
Too many.
Correct.
I think it's too dangerous.
Number 4.
Correct.
It's correct. What about number 5?
You're making noise. Too much.
Correct.
Much noise. The way the water isn't enough hot. Isn't hot enough.
Correct.
I've got too many things to do. I think it's correct.
It is.
I'm too many tired. I'm too tired to go.
Correct.
I spend too much time at my computer. It's correct, I think. I haven't got enough money to buy a new. It's correct, I think.
It is. Okay. Now this is a phrasal verb exercise. So we want to complete the particle. So the particle is the last part of the phrasal verb. So number 2, I get on well
with my kids.
Right. Number 3.
I can't put up with, I think.
That's correct.
with the noise anymore. Sam never turns up on time. A new family have moved in.
Correct.
Go away.
Correct.
And don't come back. I've given up eating meat. The film went on for hours. We just off, I think. He took off his coat and sit down on the sofa.
Right. Very nice. So all of these are phrasal verbs. Phrasal verb. Okay. So, are you doing anything on Tuesday evening? Nothing?
Special.
Right. Would
you like to come
right.
around for a meal?
Yes.
I'd love it too.
What time?
Come around. What time? Shall I?
Shall I?
Shall I come round?
Correct.
You like to.
لا استعملناها you like to. فضلت آخر واحدة. كلهم هذا استعملناه.
How about?
That's it. Nice. Okay, second conversation. Why don't we go for a drink tomorrow after work? I'd love to, but
I can't.
Sorry, I'm meeting a friend. Well,
how about Friday then? Yes, that'd be great. That would be great.
That would be great. And that would, you can contract it. That'd be. Yeah, yes. That would be great.
That'd be great. Where shall we meet? Let's meet at the Z bar at the 7:30.
Is it let's meet or let's meet?
Let's meet.
Correct.
Meet.
No.
Meet.
Let's
double
meet.
E.
Yeah,
Yes.
double E. Let's meet. That's right. Okie dokie. Here we need to rewrite the sentences. Rewrite. But you've got to rewrite them in the present simple passive. So it means from active to passive.
Okay.
Present simple, كلهم. What about let's take a look at number 1 as an example. They make those lamps in India. Those lamps are made in India. What about number 2?
They publish this magazine every 3 months. This magazine is published every 3 months.
Correct. This magazine is published every 3 months. So.
Published. My boss organized the meeting. The meetings are organized by my boss.
Right.
Do they pay the employees on Friday? Are the employees are paid on Friday?
لكن ماشي في R تانية في الأخير.
Okay. Are the employees paid on Friday?
Correct. Are the employees paid on Friday? Correct. Number 5.
They write a sales report every month. Write a sales report. A sales report. It's a single or sales report.
تمام. A sales report.
Is written.
Right. Sales report is written every month.
It's written.
Correct. And number 6.
Do they grow tea in the UK? Is tea grown in the UK?
Correct.
They manufacture Porsche cars in Germany. Porsche cars are, I don't know this word meaning, but I think
it means yes, manufacture is like made, نفس الشيء. Manufactured made مصنوعة يعني تم صناعتها.
Okay. Manufactured in Germany.
That's it. Correct, correct. Okay. This time it's the past simple passive. مش present simple. Past simple passive. So the example, was the flat painted last year? What about number 2?
Was the flat painted last year? The book.
Remember, past simple, Samiha.
Yes, okay. Past simple passive. This book written by my mom.
Yes, but you forgot the auxiliary.
Was.
Yes. Was written.
Was written.
Right. Number 3.
Number 3. We not invited to the party. We were not invited to the party.
Number 4.
4. Excuse me, just a minute, doctor. I will come back.
Take your time. Take your time.
Sorry. I wasn't told about the accident.
Okay. I wasn't told about the accident.
Question. Were you asked?
That's it.
To apply for the job? When was the Eiffel Tower built? When the Eiffel Tower was built.
تصريف البيلد بس باقي كلها صح. ولا والمرة الأولى هي اللي صح، المرة الثانية ردها الواز.
When was?
Yes.
When was the Eiffel Tower التصريف الثالث
built with the T. Built.
Yes.
Yeah. When was the Eiffel Tower built?
Okay. The 2010 Football World Cup was won by Spain.
That's right. That's right. Very good. This is the past simple passive. Now, number 10b. So here, let me see. هذا موضوع لو تتفكر shopping. بتاع shopping trends in the past and in the present. موضوع used to, past habits. باستخدام used to. Okay, so it says which sentences can you use used to, we didn't used to, and which sentences ما نقدروش يعني. اللي تقدر تستعمليهم من غيره وفي منهم ما تقدريش يعني. So the question is 2 in 1. First of all, you need to decide, can you use used to in this sentence or not? And then if you can, show me how it's done, okay? So مثلا زي رقم 2 هذه you can't. In May I lost my job because this is a one-time action. ما نمشيش used to مش habit لأنه. What about number 3?
I didn't have much money. It's not habit, I think.
هو طبعا هو صح مش habit لكن used to نسيت ما ذكرتك. used to تمشي للpast habits وتمشي حتى للpast states حالات في الماضي يعني هذه تعتبر state الشخص هذا حالته ما كانش عنده نقدر نديرها للزوز تمشي.
Yes, I didn't used to have.
That's it. I didn't used to have much money. Okay.
I didn't used to go out very often.
That's right.
I got quite depressed situation. I didn't used to get
But
out
is this a habit?
very often. I didn't used to go.
I mean, when I say I got quite depressed, is it a state, or is it
State.
like I got quite depressed?
It's like number 3, I think.
It looks like I got quite depressed. I don't know. It feels like a one-time action. يعني لو قال مثلا I got quite depressed when I was in college, ولا لو قال I got quite depressed when I was a teenager.
It's get meaning by this way. I got quite depressed. I understand. I think it's no need used to.
Yeah, yes, that's what I think. But الإنسان ما تمشيش. Okay, that's what I think. Number 6.
Then one day I found the perfect job.
Can we use used to here?
One day? Yes, I used to find perfect job.
We can't. It's a one-time action. صارت مرة. الأحداث الفردية. أيوة الأحداث الفردية ما نقدروش نستعمل used to لأن ما فيهاش تكرار.
Yes. It's repeated and in habits.
Yes.
Number 7, I became a buyer for big department store. I used to become.
إيش القصة؟
Why?
لأنها حدث مرة صار. دي قد idea تغييرة يعني مرة صارت. I became أصبحت يعني هو مش حيصبح كل يوم. دي قد idea. وبيكم من طبيعتها ما فيهاش تكرار. في أفعال ما يمشيش معهم تكرار زي start و finish و become و check مثلا. دي قد idea.
Yes.
ما فيهمش تكرارية تحس إن أفعال تمشي مع أحداث فردية أحسن. This is how it seems. Okay. So maybe you need to review this a little more.
Yes, I remember about this lesson. I think I was disconnected. I didn't understand very good.
Yeah. So this means you know what you need to do. معناها بترجع للسمري نفسها بتاع الدرس نهاية الكتاب. Go to try to find it page 80 اللي هو الدرس نفسها. لكن انت لما ترجع لpage 80 حيعطيك اللي هو الصفحة اللي في الأخير في السمري. language summary في نهاية الكتاب قبل المراجعة هذه في language summary يحط لك القاعدة ويعطيك أمتى تمشي وأمتى ما تمشي. And if you do a little bit if you do a few exercises from your workbook, I think you will get the idea.
Inshallah.
Yeah. All right. Now let's take a look at the next one. Okay. نفس القصة. It says write sentences about the past. If you can use used to, خير وخير. With a big use used to, if you can. But sometimes you can't. لو ما قدرتيش just use past simple.
Okay. While we became at school, I think I used to visit my grandparents on Sundays.
Correct. صح.
For not have long hair when I was younger.
طبعا تقدر حتى في النيجاتيف used to if you need to.
I didn't used to have.
صح.
I didn't used to have long hair when I was younger. Go to the park yesterday. But simple. I went to the park yesterday.
That's right.
Speak English at home when I was a child. Thanks. Like number 4. I used to speak English.
That's correct.
7. I think it's past simple.
Correct.
I didn't do my homework last night.
Yes, because it's one time, last night.
Yes. Not like vegetarian. I didn't used to like. I didn't used to like vegetables, but I do now.
That's right. Okay. Choose the correct words. ما موضوع هذا؟ okay. موضوع something, nothing, anything, someone, everyone, nobody, everybody. Okay. So number 2, I know
someone who works at the hospital.
Number 3.
We aren't go now. No, we aren't going. Anywhere this weekend. I take my phone everywhere. No one. No one in my family, I think.
That's correct.
I didn't do anything special yesterday. Do you know? Somewhere. Go to eat. Everybody enjoyed the food last night.
Correct.
Is there something you want to talk about? Has anyone found my wallet? But about number 8, I think I can't say anybody enjoyed the food.
If it's a question. If it's a question.
Okay.
Anybody enjoyed the food? Has anybody enjoyed the food? Has anybody seen Ahmed? في السؤال يمشي الحال. لكن كان positive ما يمشيش. بصفة عامة الأني ما تمشيش مع البوزيتيف أصلا. زي لما تبدأ أني بروحها. Have you got any oranges? ما تقدريش تقولي I've got any oranges. نفس الفكرة. All right, very nice. Let's take a look at. Can we skip this? It's about shopping. Do you remember it? Conversation? Or do you want to do it?
As you like. About shopping?
Yes. Let's do it. Okay, so this is a conversation between sales assistant and the customer.
Okay. Okay. We can skip it, I think.
We can skip it. Okay.
Yes.
Here, okay, collocations. So we have a car accident and a message. Which verb?
Get a message.
Right.
Get.
An operation?
Make an operation.
Operation, we mean surgery here.
Have an operation.
Yes, we have an operation.
Yes.
Number 4.
Check your bank account. Check your bank account.
Someone a call.
Give someone a call.
A holiday?
Book a holiday.
Right. Your job?
Lose your job. Lose. Loss or lose?
Lose.
lose.
lost تعتبر noun. lost. عندنا هلبا كلمات قراب بعض. عندنا loss وعندنا lose وعندنا lost وعندنا lose. متقاربات لكن مختلف المعنى. loss, lose, lost, lose. And the verb الانفينيتيف اللي هو lose. Okay, paid.
Get paid.
Right. Transfer
Transfer
check.
money. Transfer money to someone account.
All right, number 2. Make sentences. They want us to make sentences. I've just spoken to him. What about number 2?
My sister already has found a new flat.
Can you change? Can you change the already?
Okay, my sister has already.
That's it.
My sister has already found a new flat.
Correct. And number 3?
Number 3. Have question. Have you booked your train tickets yet?
Correct. Yes. Have you booked your train tickets yet? Number 4.
Alice just has gone to the supermarket.
Do it like already.
Has gone just to the supermarket.
No.
Just go. Just gone.
Try again.
Alice.
Start from Alice.
Okay, Alice has just gone to the supermarket.
That's it. Alice has just gone. Alice has already gone. Already will just يجوك بعد الauxiliary بعد الهاف والهاز. Alice has just gone. Number 5.
Number 5. We haven't. Okay. We haven't told. We haven't yet told anyone we're engaged.
We haven't told.
We haven't told anyone we are engaged yet.
Right.
I've already read this book 3 times.
Correct. All right. Now, this one is about crime. So, let's see if you can remember it.
Yes, I remember it.
Okay. Do you want to skip it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, let's skip it. Okay, let's choose the exercises. You can choose because we don't have much time, but you can choose the exercises that we want to do. If you feel that you know it or it's too easy or you're confident, you can say skip it and we'll check the next, okay? So this way we can cover even the exercises we have in unit 12. So this way if we find one that we don't know, we can talk about it. What about number 1? هذا اللي هو موضوع relative clauses. Who, which, that.
I can answer it quickly.
Go
you
ahead.
Check it quickly.
Yeah, we can do
that. That's the village where I was born. Is this the letter that we're looking for? That you were looking for.
Correct.
This house is where my brother used to live. Is she the woman that has 5 children? I've lost the book which has all my notes in. What's the name of the cafe that they have live music? That, where they where they have live music.
Okay.
My sister is the kind of person who never stops working.
Right.
Okay.
This one, this is about meanings. So jail means prison. Escape means
Get out.
right.
Hiding. Okay. Being in a place where people can see you.
Right. Anxious.
Nervous.
Dragging.
Pulling along the ground.
Suspicious.
Thinking someone is wrong.
Something is wrong.
Something's wrong.
Guard.
Guards. A person who works in a prison.
Convict.
Prisoner.
Correct.
Prisoner. Can skip the echo.
We can skip the echo questions. Yeah, it's annoying. What's this? Puzzle with money verbs. Okay, we don't need to do the puzzle. We can just choose. Or do you think it's easy? Do you want to skip? Can you? What do you think?
No, I think it's
skip.
Yes.
Okay.
You can skip.
Number 2. What do you think? Reported speech. I think it's a bit important. Okay, let's do some of the reported speech. So take a look at the example and try number 1. Oops, what did I do? Sorry, let me return this. Okay, so reported speech.
Okay. She said that I wanted to study.
Correct. But she said or I said?
I want to study English.
Yeah, you have to see the brackets.
I said that I wanted to study.
Correct.
My English is getting much better. He told me that his English was getting.
His English or my English?
I need my English. He told me that my English, yes. That my English was getting.
That's it. Was
much
getting better.
I need English for my work. He said, I need English.
How do we change will? What does it become? Reported speech. What? Yeah.
He said he'd need
Why
English.
He's talking about you.
I need English for my work. Okay. He said I need English for my work.
Correct.
5, we can understand a lot English. They said they could understand.
Okay.
A lot of English songs. I'm going to see English film tonight. She said she said I wasn't.
Was or wasn't?
We are number 6.
Yeah.
Was going.
Correct.
She said I was going to see. Number 7, I said I wasn't going.
But here it's will not.
Will. Where is will?
Won't. Won't is the negative of will.
Wouldn't. I
That's
wouldn't go to the doctor. I'm not going. I wasn't going to work on Monday.
You told me
that you wasn't you wasn't going to work.
You wasn't or you weren't? Because with you, you have to use weren't.
Yes. We can't go to the party. They told us that they could go to the party.
But
They
it's
couldn't.
negative.
Couldn't go to the party.
Okay. Okay, take a look if you see anything you think we should do.
Okay. Focus. I think I want number 5. It's not in the screen, I think.
Number 5? I want to see it, you mean?
Yes.
Or you want to do it?
I want to ask about number 7 and if you live near. Why we use could there?
Which one? Number 7 in question 5?
Yes.
Because this is an imaginary situation. If you live nearer, we could see each other more.
Why we don't use would?
Actually, the rule says you could use could, would, or حتى اللي هم المودal verbs ثانيات. You can use that. يمشي حال. But ما يمشيش حال الكان.
Okay.
So this is the reason. What else? Take another look. Maybe there's something you want to check. What about, is everything okay in number 3 for you?
Number
3, question 3. Everything okay here? Take and get.
Yes, I think it's okay.
Okay. Number 4 also, is it okay?
Verb and practice. Correct form. We can do it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Quickly. Anyone retired at 50. It's life would be better if.
Yes, if everyone retired. Correct.
At 50. If the weekend was 3 days. If everyone spoke the same language. If we had more women politicians. If there wasn't so much pollution. If we all did more exercise.
Right. Second conditional. Good. Number 6 and 7, are they okay? Do you want to answer anything here or check?
No, it's okay.
7
we
also?
did it in the class, I think. We did the same
exercise.
Same exercise.
Mhm.
Especially
هذا
number 7 we did.
Yeah, هذا متاع graffiti lesson.
Yes.
Okay, so this means you're kind of ready for the exam, I think. All you need to do is
No.
just you're not ready.
Not ready, yes. I want to.
You want to get a full
answer
mark?
more. Yes. I wish.
What did you get in elementary? I can't remember.
What?
What was your score in elementary? Did I send you your score in elementary?
No.
I think I lost your score. I remember it was in the 90s. I can't remember. Because in the elementary, I lost all the students' papers because I changed my phone. I only remember that everyone passed. I can't remember, but I remember Suhaib and you, and Rashid. I think you had the highest marks in the class in elementary, I think. All right, okay. So is 1 week enough for you to prepare, or do you need more?
If you can with the others, where others want.
With the others, it's 1 week.
Okay. 1 week is enough. I want to answer more in workbook exactly and study more.
Okay, we'll see. After 1 week, if you're ready, we'll do it. If not, we'll postpone it a little bit, okay?
Okay. We will decide.
We'll decide the next Saturday. Sunday. We'll talk on Saturday. If we feel you're ready, we'll do it on Sunday. If not, and everyone else agrees they're not ready, we'll postpone it, push it a little bit.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so best of luck. You're welcome. Best of luck, and we'll meet again.
Inshallah.
All right then. Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.